Hi everyone, welcome to the channel for a new battle report. So this was a game that we played in a scrimmage round against Germany, and I was paired against Zwergnase. We played that a couple of weeks ago, but in discussion with my opponent, we established that I would publish it only after ETC to not give away too many details about the game and our list, basically, because I think it's most likely the list that he was going to bring at ETC, and you will see there is plenty of tricks in this list, and I think it's typically the type of list which is unusual, and I think can basically surprise the opponent. So typically the type of list where I think you have a learning curve. As soon as you have faced it, you would probably play it a bit differently, and it can basically gain an advantage on that fact. For this game I was playing my current list, basically nothing changed. My opponent was playing the following, so you can see he has no character, which is already unusual for Warrior of the Dark God, and then basically we have a full Lust, and that's most of the trick of his list are around the Lust, because basically Lust gives him the possibility to have Feint Flight, so he could even flee from combat that he is winning and then automatically rally without, for me, the ability to pursue him. Which is kind of strong because he can go in suicide charge and then just keep one of the units in contact and the rest just going to flee and rally automatically and then can charge again. So yeah, really strong tricks, a bit unexpected when you face Warrior of the Dark God. I think that's typically the type of design that was thought for unit like Goblin or stuff like that are a bit sneaky and doesn't disturb me when I think about like goblins for that, but a bit unexpected when you think about strong warrior chariot with big armor that they can just flee, turn around, rally and go back in combat. It's a bit strange and definitely something unexpected. So you can see he has a total of 5 scoring units. You have one time the Forsworn unit with Damnation, obviously. Then he has 2 units of Chosen Knight, 2 units of Warrior, 2 Chaff units in core, and the rest is just Chariot or Chariot-like. So we have Battle Shrine that are not pure Chariot, but basically they have the grind, and then we have 2 Chosen Chariot and 4 Warrior Chariot, all of them with Lust. So very strong. He still has a good magic, a total of 4 spell with good channel, so definitely a decent magic phase, despite the fact that he has no mage on the table, no normal sorcerer on the table. We were playing Hidden Agendas on Refuse Flank. On my side I got Settle the Score, Unleash the Big Gun. Disappointed, obviously. I would have liked to have Enslave and Ransom, because Enslave and Ransom in this battle would have been really good, since he has a lot of units. I'm very likely to kill at least 4 units, so I think Enslave and Ransom would have been my easiest one, and I didn't get it, and the rest are Settle the Score. I'm going to select a unit of Chosen Knight, and Unleash the Big Gun. I will need to be in 2 trained at the end of the battle with a shooting unit. He had Demonstrate Superiority and Commit to Battle. You see the spell selection below. Matchup analysis. Yeah, MSU, Warrior of the Dark God, a lot of threat, lot of resources, lot of impact and auto hit potential. Regarding the secondary, so Settle the Score, I think at some point I'm going to get an opportunity to kill those Chosen Knight with my range damage. Basically, it's always the tricky part with Settle the Score. You need to elect a unit that is important enough for the opponent that he cannot really play without, or if he play without, that's going to be a down for him. He can save a secondary, but that's going to be a big down for him. And if he plays with it, you want to have an opportunity to get it. So you have always to pick carefully, because if I pick like, I don't know, 5 horsemen, you can just hide them and that's it. It's safe secondary. Unleash the Big Guns depends on the map choice. Definitely doable. Whereas the Dark God Commit to Battle is very hard to achieve. You need to get more scoring unit in my deployment zone than my own scoring unit, and I have a lot of them. So kind of hard. And then Demonstrate Superiority. You need to kill or block in my deployment zone the big block of Vassal Levies. So I think that's definitely for him doable. Path to Victory for Infernal Dwarves. Range damage, definitely have a solid setup, have counterplay for Unleash the Big Gun. So I need at some point to push out of my deployment zone. Also for Demonstrate Superiority, try to get some counter push options. Whereas the Dark God, engage as soon as possible, find good combo, play on resources advantage. I think it's a battle where we both want to start, and I felt in the matrix I put slightly positive. I would say maybe drawish, but definitely I have some arguments in this matchup. Okay, deployment was the following. So I elected to start because I won the role, so I wanted to be the attacker. My opponent was the defender. I was a bit surprised by his choice of map, because he gave me a side where I have unleashed the big gun, both very doable because I start basically on the train. I think he really wanted to give me the lake in the strong flank and also the hill blocking the line of sight for the rocket battery, so I get that. But it's also at the same time giving me a very doable secondary objective. So I was a bit surprised by that. And then I dropped everything, so I went with Lugar, then we have Immortal Rocket Nafta, Immortal Rocket with the BSB in the middle. Then here we have another Nafta thrower within Immortal, the big block of Vassal Levies, and here kind of blocking the flank are my second unit of Vassal Levies with bow. Here's counter deployment. You have the Chosen Knight here, you have the Battle Shrine here on both sides, Damnation Force one, you see the Warrior here, and those guys are the Chosen Chariot, and the rest are basically Warrior Chariot and Horsemen. We start with my one, didn't move that much, just wanted to get a range to start to do some shooting, so I need to get within 18, and the rest didn't move that much. Magic Face get Cage of Amber on that Chariot here, because he has a 3-up, but I did 0 wound, then I get Fireball on him as well, 0 wound again, and the Rocket Battery, the two of them combined, managed to get 6 wound of the Chosen Knight, so that was a good start. His turn 1, everything pushed towards me, he activates the first chaff, loses 2 knights in the process, but no problem, and the rest just pushes forward. In a Magic Phase, and yeah, he suffered no wounds on the Cage of Amber, so my magic did really nothing, but that's expected from Pyromancy in this matchup. I get Hereditary, but kill like only 1 or 2 vassals, so not much, and the rest I dispel. My turn 2, I move a bit back, as you can see, didn't take any charge. In the Magic Phase, I get Flaming Sword on Immortal, and I'm going to fail the Cage of Amber on 4 dice. I get then Hereditary on the Chosen Knight on 4 dice against his 4 dice. Then Rocket Battery on the Warrior Chariot did nothing, and I managed to do, I think, yeah, I did I think 4 wound on the Chosen Chariot, but he saved the 4+ on the Flintlock. So I wanted to kill one of his units, but didn't manage to. I did like, yeah, I think 4 wound on this one, but he's still alive. Because I got Flaming Sword, I really wanted to shoot with this one on the Chosen Chariot, and the other one did basically nothing. So I wasn't able to really kill one of his units, which gives him some good charge option. His turn 2, charge with 2 Chosen Chariot, the Chosen Knight on 1 wound, and the Chosen Chariot on 1 wound, and the Chosen Knight in the middle. So everything into the unit with my Prophet and a Rocket Battery. Okay, interesting. He chaffs my my other unit with his horseman, and then chaff the unit of. He tried to chaff the unit of Vassal, but he can't really, because I will still be able to charge here. But basically come in front of me to try to annoy me. He gave me some charge option, but no matter what happened, he still has the counter charge, and I'm going to get stuck because of Damnation. And the strong flank here continued to push, but I gave him a lot of distance. You can see from the previous turn he had no charge, so he needs time to really recover on that flank. That's a bit of a weakness of his list, is that the chariot are not that fast moving forward. If there is a big distance between him and me, which I did on this flank, it basically takes time for him to reach me. Magic Phase, he got, and also yeah, he failed that one. I think he sent me. He had 2 charge on 5-up, Swift, one of them failed, but he couldn't put more model. He would have to fail charge with one of the chariot no matter what. And in that case, that's just the one that failed charge in front of the hill. He got Whisper in the close combat, tried to kill my mage. I dispel Hereditary on the War Machine. Close combat, he managed really nice, like he did like 5-5-6 or 5-6-6 on impact hits, but then I made some save. And yeah, he killed some, he killed like 2 ranks of Immortals totally, and I was able to stay on Bodyguard. He tried to kill my mage, but didn't do anything to him. I was quite lucky on the armor save. I had like a 2-up, which moved to a 4-up, and I remember him doing some wounds. I think it's not that likely that he kills him, but he can do 1 or 2 wounds. But here basically we stick, and I have my counter charge. So my turn, and yeah, he elected, you see here the strengths, he elected of his list to flee voluntary with this 2 chariot, and he kept the rest in close combat. So basically I have counter charge, but the rest is still in combat. So here I countercharge with the BSB and the vassal levies, and then I reposition my other immortal unit facing those guys. Here I move a bit back. Basically I have a good setup, defensive setup here. If he wants to come in, I have countercharge. The same here, I move a bit back, so if he wants to charge me, I have countercharge. Here I made sure that as long as he has at least 2 models, he cannot fit here in between. And here I could have had an overrun into them. But yeah, I didn't really want to. I felt a bit too risky. So this guy is chaff by here, so he cannot really charge me in the flank, but I didn't like the fact to be in the lake and then my unit here would be exposed, so I wanted to use my vassal to shield me. We will see if it was the right option or not. In the magic phase, I get a flaming sword on 2 units, an afterthrower, kill some warrior, rocket battery, do 4 wounds to the 4th one, and the close combat I kill the 2 units obviously and reform. So I reform like that to the top to block the charge of the 4th one against them, because then if I look that way it would have been bad for me. If I overrun, the same, I couldn't really reform my immortal, so I would be open to a flank charge from the 4th one, which is not okay as well. But I think I could have done probably better by charging with my BSB, maybe a bit more to the right, to allow those guys to reform a bit better, and then me to make the overrun. I think I could have had some better option here to potentially get the overrun and block that unit, which I didn't do. On his turn 3, he charged with the warrior onto my mage unit, so I was ready with the BSB here to countercharge. In that case, he uses this unit, which was not blocked this time as chaff here, and the 4th one come here to chaff me. I double charge here. He made both charges on 4+ and 3+. Yeah, I think here important that he doesn't miss one of them, especially if he comes alone with the chariot. I think can be a bit risky. But in that case he made both, and then on magic phase he failed the -1 resilience, but got the other one on 5 dice against 4. Close combat, I remember the warrior fluffed a bit. He tried to kill my mage, put some attack, and then the rest on my unit, but he only wounds on 4, and then I have a 4 armor save, and basically he rolled like crap and made only 1 wound to me. I went really well, made some battle focus, and managed to kill a total of 6 wounds to him, and he was basically he broke from combat and just crumbled. So that was really unexpected for me. I don't have any good opportunities of countercharge after that, of charges on my turn, but that was really unexpected, definitely. The combat on the bottom, he did some good damage on my vassal levies, but I stick on 9 rollable, no problem for me. My turn 4, I charge into the chaff here, charge into the chaff here. Here I stay in front, and here I elected to push my vassal levies this direction to help. So basically I thought I'm going to manage the top easily. I don't need anymore really the levies to help me, so I want to push forward. I'm not chargeable by the battle shrine and want to help my battle line to really form here a strong line. Here I countercharge with the other unit of levies. They have also spears, so thinking maybe I can do some damage. We will see how that goes. The BSB jump back into this unit here with the mage to protect a bit the unit, and I have my both rocket battery ready to shoot, so that could be that could do some damage basically. In the magic phase, I got flaming sword dispel 2 dice against 2, flaming sword dispel 4 dice against 4. I remember there was 2 magic phase where I could have used more dice basically for those flaming sword. I think I'm not sure about, yeah, I think in that case as well. I don't know which spell did I get, but I could have used like 3 to 2 and then 4 to 4, but I didn't do it, and basically it allowed him to dispel both flaming sword, and I think that was a key spell in that combat, because I tried to get that on the spear guy, and I think here I should have prioritized the idea of getting the flaming sword no matter what, because it reroll to wound +1 to wound. It's huge, it's really huge. So I think here a mistake by me, definitely. Rocket battery, I kill a chariot, and the other one did 2 wounds to the chariot. So basically, I finished this one, and I wanted to get the other one, but I only did 2 wounds. So he can still come here, close combat. I think he makes some, yeah, we made a draw on the bottom part, 12 to 12 total. And he elected to flee, and I still couldn't pursue because it was a draw. That combat, I killed those guys. That combat, I killed those guys. And that's about it. Turn 4, here we go again. Charge me with the Trojan chariot, the battle shrine, and another chariot, the one that I didn't manage to kill. Then he charged me with the battle shrine, kept the 4th one. They were going to reform like that. As you can see here, the Chosen Knight who has the secondary on his head is fleeing, and he repositioned the chariot, and that's about it. In the magic phase, I dispelled the -1 to resilience on the Lugar. He got hereditary, killed 2 Lugars. And then the Lugars, I did 0 wounds, he did 3 wounds to me. I passed my check, I think it was like an 8, and I reform in front of him. The Vassal Levies, they hold on 7 rollable, he did a ton of damage. I completely misjudged that situation. I thought I'm going to stick no matter what, but I don't have good counter charge. He's able to reform in a good way. This unit doesn't see. Only the BSB can see, but I did no wounds to his Chosen Chariot. So I don't really want to go with my BSB against a full Chosen Chariot, because if I don't kill it, I'm going to take the combat resolution against me, meaning the BSB is going to break. So actually I don't have any good counter charge in that case, and it's very dangerous combat for me. So yeah. I misjudged completely the situation here. So basically, by doing that move with the Vassal Levies, I put myself in big trouble. And here, that's basically huge for the top of the map. So turn 5. What happens? I elected to move here in front with the BSB. I put the 3 unit in front. I chaffed the warriors, and I basically want to kill that Chosen Knight, which is worth the secondary. And then he has no charge onto my Vassal Levies that just move away. They are out of arc here, so he's not going to get point. I'm thinking I'm going to lose that guy, so I try to put everybody in the front, try to do some damage on the 4th one. Before that, with the rocket battery, here I'm stuck, but we will see how that goes. And just trying to shoot, but that's a big problem because that one is also a secondary, and by that I'm going to break this turn most likely. And if I do, then he has some juicy charges onto my Immortal War Machine, and I can't do much about that. In the magic phase, also he did yet. I think in the magic phase, Cage of Umber did 1 wound to the chariot. Flaming Sword, again, that's the second time that I do Flaming Sword in the close combat. I do 2 against 2, 4 against 4, and I dispel both. And I think that was definitely, again, a very good spell because he has a lot of flammable token. Maybe I can kill chariot or do some important wounds. So I think I misjudged the situation again. We can also debate about the charge of the BSB against the Chosen Chariot. I think if I get Flaming Sword, the counter charge was maybe still worth it. I don't know about that. Fireball did nothing to the chariot. Rocket Battery did 2 wounds to the Chosen Knight, but he's still alive. I put both Rocket Battery on him, but he's still alive. Battle Shrine, I did 1 wound to him. He did some wounds. He's losing by 1. It's check on 8 rollable or 7 rollable, and he check. And then the big combat in the middle. Unfortunately, this time I didn't stick on 7 rollable. I break and he ran me down, which is obviously bad news. So yeah, maybe the BSB charge was worth it. He's able on his turn to charge here, but the Battle Shrine cannot charge me. Here we stuck. He charged me with a 4th one, but gets wounds on DT, and only 1 goes into the combat. So I'm thinking maybe I can survive that, even win it. We will see what happens. I stuck for the moment, so we will see. The rest just move out of my arc, try to move away. Okay, fine. The magic phase, he get Whisper of the Veil in the close combat. Yeah, I think the 4th one, he managed to get 4 saves, so I do nothing to him. I'm AP 2, so he has a 4+, but he saved 4 times. And basically, he does 2 wounds to me. He has a charge, a banner. I'm losing, it's an 8, no reroll. I fail that check, I break and I go out of the table. Okay, that's a lot of points. Battle Shrine again, I do 2 wounds, he do 1 wound to me. And he stick on 7 rollable again, and he kills my War Machine, so not going well. I just lost all top of the map, and there is not much more I can do. My 6, I go in front here, I put within range of General BSB. Just going to kill that guy with the magic, then try to do some shooting here. I'm going to do some wounds but not kill anything. And that's about the end. He tried to charge. I'm going to stick that check. He is going to counter charge, get my Luger, and that's the end of the game. Ended up being a 12-8. We both did one of our secondary objective, but not the other one. Post-game analysis, happy to start. Surprised to get so close to the train. I must be in on turn 6. I'm not sure it was the best choice for him. I understand the fact that the lake was important, and also position of the hill, because the lake was kind of annoying for me, and we saw in some combat I didn't have, for example, the Forsworn combat against the Immortal. It was definitely key because I had the static res, so you couldn't have got that combat without that, but still I'm not sure it was the best choice, but I was surprised of that. A lot of combat situation with choice to make, definitely. Not sure I made all the best choice. You saw I went through that situation already, but yeah, I tried to go for assassination. My mage didn't work. Then the vassal levies, I think on the left, that's where I have the most regret. I could have tried to get the overrun onto the chaff, place my BSB Immortal better. I also could have tried to charge potentially with my BSB, force a bit better the Flaming Sword. There was 2 times where I wasn't too smart with my dice. So yeah, a couple of choices that were, in my case, not that optimal. And I think here the mistake with the vassal block to push towards the center, I think that was definitely a big mistake, because it put him back in the game. He was able to charge with multiple chariots, get through me, and then support the top of the map. I should have left the vassal a bit more back, just as counter charger. They were in good position, and there was no need for me really to push with those vassals to get into a zone where they were in big danger. So I think I could have stayed just as maybe counter charger to support the Immortal, just facing a bit the right, because he was still able to charge me with long charge of chariot, but just leave him with long charge. Maybe get 1 chariot or 2, but that's not that much. Here the problem was the 2 chariot plus the battle shrine. Battle shrine did a ton of damage onto those vassals. And I also had towards the turn 4 option to chaff with the BSB, but I think that's a bit more tricky. If I get 1 chariot, that's doable, more not really. So I'm not sure that's a really great idea. Yeah, the counter charge, I felt it too risky for my BSD. I still don't know, to be honest. I have a feeling that if I get Flaming Sword plus him, maybe that's enough. I don't know. I was just afraid of fluffing against the... Because if I fluff the grind and get only like 2 grinds and don't kill the Chosen Chariot, then I think there is huge trouble for me. So I think it's still too risky. And the main mistake was definitely the setup of the Vassal Levies, maybe not taking the overrun or pushing towards the right was definitely, those were mistakes. Then the plays of BSB, I think they were a bit gimmicky or risky. I felt my mage was still a bit of danger on a 2-up armor save for getting into that range, so maybe if I get a 1-up on him, I would be a bit safer. And yeah, I felt, I mean, it's very strong. His ability with Lust to voluntarily flee, auto rally, I can't pursue him because I'm losing combat. That was really, really strong. I felt that was really impressive. I felt that I wasn't far from getting a bigger win. I think if I played it better, I could have get here potentially a big win, because the Unleash the Big Gun was doable. I lost a ton of points on the top half of the map, between the Rocket Battery, the Immortal and the Nafta, the Lugars and the Vassal Levies. All that points could have potentially saved by playing better on the top of the map. So here, big regrets for me, but yeah, I mean, that's what training games are for, to learn from them. And I think that was an interesting game to definitely to play and also to analyze, because quite technical, also lasted for a bit because we got a lot of combat situation, so it was very interesting. Guys, thanks a lot for watching the battle report, and talk to you soon on the channel for another game. Goodbye.